Hi, survivors. This is me, Purple Zan, reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world is not. It's terrible. But y'all, in these times we living in, we going to have to find other ways of getting our food. I'm telling you now, because they trying to starve people out allegedly. But that's what's really going on. Because when you go to these markets, I don't know who can afford to be buying this stuff. I bought some food out here the other day. I'm out on this business trip. Not gonna be out here long neither. But anyway, $200 for 2 bags of food. Cause y'all know I really eat healthy. That's why it's really important, for people to grow their own food, their own fruits and their vegetables, which I do. The food in the market is ridiculous for like really, it's really a bag. They put it in 2 bags, but really a bag of healthy foods cost me $200. I got like organic spinach, beets, some salmon, spinach, just healthy foods, bananas and berries and, stuff that's good for your heart. And, what else did I get? That's basically most of what I got. I'm trying to see what else did I get. I got some soup, some canned soups. One canned soup was like $5. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys about fishing. I think it's important for everybody to know how to fish, and you need to teach your children. Stop teaching your kids how to live on the system and how to be going to a grocery store. Teach them how they can go out and find their own food. I suggest that families take a couple of camping trips a year. And you don't have to get with a camping program, spend all your money up. I'm just saying you go to like a national park near you and just do a couple of days of camping. So let's talk about it. So catch and release fishing. We know mainly we're looking to fish to catch. I'm not trying to release none of it unless it's no good. And these are 4 tips for easier hook removal. Now, knowing how to practice proper catch and release fishing is important for a few reasons. While there may be times when you want to cook your catch if it falls within the fishing regulations, there will also be times when you catch fish that are not within the regulations or when you just want to fish for sport. In these situations, learn how to remove a fish hook using catch and release best practices. You might be wondering, does catch and release hurt fish? While there is some debate about whether fish feel pain like humans do, there are ways to minimize the impact through careful release practices. When it comes to the question, do fish survive catch and release? Yes, in many cases they do if proper tackle, gear, and fish hook removal practices are followed. Check out these tips that cover types of catch and release hooks, along with how to remove a fish hook when practicing catch and release fishing, switch treble hooks to single hooks, and crimp barbs. Y'all, this is important, so pay attention to this. A type of hook can determine, the outcome of your fish, especially if you're trying to eat it. When possible, use lures with single hooks versus treble hooks. When possible, use lures with single hooks versus treble hooks, or change out the treble hooks on your lures with single hooks. Single hooks do less damage to the fish and crimp down the barbs on the hook. Do this by holding your pliers or forceps parallel to the hook point. By holding the forceps parallel or straight with one hook, the barb will be pushed straight back and down instead of potentially weakening or breaking the hook. Barbless hooks are often considered to be one of the best types of catch and release hooks or easy release hooks you can use. Number 2, use circle hooks when fishing with natural bait. When fishing with live or natural bait, studies show that the use of circle hooks, special type of hook design with point turned perpendicularly back to the hook shank, increases the survival rates of released fish. Circle hooks are the best hooks for catch and release when you are fishing with live or natural baits because the shape of the hook helps to prevent deeply hooked or gut hooked fish. Use hooks made from steel and bronze. Number 3, use hooks made from steel and bronze. And if I'm repeating myself, it's on purpose so you can get it in your head because, it's important for us to learn how to get our own food. In the event a fish does become gut hooked, Many fisheries biologists recommend cutting the line as close to the hook as possible and leaving the hook in the fish to dissolve. This way, the fish isn't kept out of the water for an excessive amount of time, and you aren't pulling or tugging on a deeply hooked fish, which could cause more damage. Materials like steel and bronze make more dissolvable fish hooks as opposed to stainless steel, cadmium plated and nickel plated hooks, which may take much longer to dissolve, especially in freshwater scenarios. Keep in mind that even dissolvable hooks made from steel or bronze can still take weeks or months to break down. Number 4, removing fishing hooks safely with proper tools. Find out how to unhook a fish carefully and quickly with the right tools. Avoid using any jerking or ripping motions that could cause additional injury to the fish. Ripping a hook out of a fish can also cause damage to the fish's jaw and prevent the fish from being able to feed. Learn how to unhook fish using needle, nose, pliers, forceps, or a dehooking tool while holding the fish in the water or inside a rubber landing net. Having the proper tools handy will help you quickly remove most hooks with minimal handling of the fish. Now you know more about catch and release fishing, which types of hooks you can use to reduce harm to the fish, and how to remove a fish from a hook using the right tools. While not all catch and release questions are easy to answer, for example, does catch and release hurt fish? We can all do our part to practice ethical angling to ensure sustainability and conservation of our nation's fisheries. I basically want to talk about fishing to eat, basically, but these are still some good steps to take even for those who are practicing fishing for the first time. If you are just catching and releasing because you still want those fish to survive so they can produce other fish for people, y'all, we can't just think of ourselves, even though a lot of people do, evil and selfish. People eat fish, and it's a good source of protein as well. So if you're doing a catch and release, make sure you're doing it properly so they can go back in there and still be able to eat and produce. And if you're doing the catch, make sure you're also doing it properly as well, so you can properly feed your family and find out what kind of fish is edible and what kind of fish is not. Y'all, all fish are not edible, not every last one of them. And then you have some fish that may not be good too when you gut them. But these are things that you have to take time out and learn about. You really have to. I grew up around country people, so I learned this at a young age, but I like to share a lot of things with you guys as well. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please follow me on my other platforms. At Patreon, we got the survivalism classes back in deep effect. Follow me on BitChute as well, my second purpose and YouTube channel, just in case this would ever go down. Y'all can also join me on that as well. And if you're looking for survivalism gear, survivalism products, you can always go to purposeand.com, and while you're there, scroll down and send us your email address to get those newsletters out. And as if you're looking for landed bug out areas in Texas, we have some for sale for lease. And if you're interested in me helping you find some good unrestricted land, we have that program as well. And as always, watch this world, watch the weather, smell your water. I'm talking crazy, y'all. I'm leaning my back. Smell your water, boil your water, and purify your water before you use it, and keep surviving. purposeand.com.